Hey, welcome back, boys and girls, to New Stuff TV, the untechnical tech channel, and your home for the best infotainment on YouTube, baby. I know I look a little rough right now, but I'm still your host, Antoine, music to my bones, Richardson, because today, even though I'm kind of tired, I just came from outside, man. I was out there playing with my dog and walking him and stuff, playing fetch and stuff with these new bone conduction headphones from Mojawa. You know I love saying that name. Let's say it one more time. Come on, audience, do it with me. Mojawa. That's it. Hey man, this is the Run Plus, and I think it's safe to say that Mojawa is highly dedicated to keeping the bone conduction movement pushing forward, because this is the first dual suspension anchor system headset, and it's endorsed by 5 Grammy-winning audio producers. Now you know you're doing something big when you got 5 Grammy Award-winning producers giving you a thumbs up. Now as you can see here, you got no open ports. You only have these 4 exposed connection pins for your proprietary charger. That's because these are Ip68 waterproof, meaning you can go swimming in these bad boys. Believe it or not, this is a question I actually get asked often when it comes to regular earbuds. Can I go swimming in them? Man, I wouldn't try that on most of them, but these are Ip68 and you can swim in them and listen to music. Now I know Bluetooth doesn't really travel through water. It will cut out completely or just be really choppy, but these have a special trick up their sleeve. The trick is that these actually come with 32 gig worth of onboard storage, so you can listen to your audio files without skipping a beat. All you gotta do is press this button right here. Yep, that's a button. If you press it twice and hold it, that's gonna switch you to MP3 mode or Bluetooth mode. But if you're listening to anything, all you gotta do is press once and that'll play and pause your tracks. A double press will skip them forward and a triple press will bring them backwards. Now I know a lot of bone conduction headsets do not control the volume. They're always lacking something, right? Mojawa actually decided to address that by doing something on the right side of the headset. All you gotta do is swipe up and down, and that is actually your volume controls. Now I mentioned something earlier about the proprietary charger that it comes with. Once you get them charged up, you're gonna get up to 8 hours worth of battery life for calls and your music. Now 8 hours can be a long time or it can be a relatively short time, especially when you're enjoying some tunes thumping on the side of your cranium. And that's where I talk about the comfort within these, because that's huge, right? Especially when you're listening up to 8 hours. To me, they're actually very comfortable. Typically, I get a little annoyed when I got the bone conduction pads kind of squeezing right here, but these have just the right amount of clamping force to where they kind of just disappear after the first maybe 15, 20 minutes or so, and you kind of forget they're on your head if you're not playing music. And even if you are playing music, it's kind of just living inside of your head. You don't feel like you have anything plugged into your ear because these are bone conduction. You don't want to plug up your ears, especially when you're doing outside activities such as running and jogging. I see you ladies on your strollers with your little racing speed scooters, or your strollers, you got the baby in the front and one wheel and you just hauling, right? You don't want your AirPods in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your ears clogged up, because that's not safe, man. The big bad man is out there and he wants to get you. But if you got these on your ears, like hooked around your ears with the bone conduction, you're gonna be totally safe and nobody's coming after you or your baby. And I think that's really why a lot of people are attracted to these bone conduction headsets, is because of safety. Simply because of the fact your ears are wide open to the elements, you can hear all of your surroundings as if there was nothing on your or in your ears. And that brings me to overall volume and audio quality. Now, I actually tested these kind of like on a bridge on the side of a main thoroughfare, and I could actually still hear all the traffic, of course, but I could get my audio quality coming through nice and clean and loud. And I only had them up about halfway. Turning them up all the way, they do start to scream at you a little bit, but I'm thinking all you really need is about halfway, because I could still hear my audio really, really clear. So me and Raylan are out right now. I figured I'd take a little break and let him have a breather because it's super hot and sunny, and he's a giant schnauzer and their coats are super thick, so they need a little shade. We're going to go home and get some water, buddy, I promise, right now after this. But let me tell you about the call quality. Right now you're listening to it. I'm on a semi-busy street. It's Sunday, so there's not a ton of traffic, but there is some traffic. I am outdoors in the elements. But one thing I will advise you, if you do happen to get a phone call and need to take it, Raylan, can you get your butt out of the, turn this way. If you do stop and get a phone call, stop, because if you keep going on the scooter or you're running or something like that, there's a good chance you're going to have a lot of wind. So you don't want to, ruin the phone call with a bunch of wind coming in. Just take a break from what you're doing, take your phone call, and then keep it moving, just like we're about to do. Raylan, come on, Z. I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is safety first, especially when you're out there with your stroller, with your speed stroller. You got to think about safety, man. You don't want cars coming by, running you over, or the big bad man chasing you down and hauling you and your baby off into the woods. God, I hope that never happens to anybody. That's awful, man. But you definitely need to think about your safety. Now, y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.